I love my daddy very much.
I consider him as a very fun dad because he would take us out to parks and he would play with us a lot, and so he would take us bowling and stuff even when he had health issues and he was booked with work and stuff. He could still make room and time. I don't know how he did it for us to play with us.
He means that he's a good father and he's a hard worker, and that he's a hard worker, and just that he's very nice to me.
Dad, he means a lot to me. He's always there when something goes wrong, and he's always there when I get hurt when I was little, and he was always there for me.
The thing I like most about Dad, I think, is his character. Really who he is, and just what he's made of, I think. The decisions that he makes, the way that he leads, his moral standards, all of that, builds his character, and I think that he has a very solid foundation for that, and I really respect that, and I really like that about Dad.
What he's taught me is to be a well-mannered and a polite kid, even, and mostly defending our faith.
My dad means a lot to me. One thing is he sets a good example for me and my siblings, and he sets a good example of someone who will just keep moving on with life and keeps doing what he needs to do regardless of what is going on with his body or with his health. He's the provider of our family, and even though he's in the hospital, he still has to make sure that he's feeding us, that he's taking care of us, and he does that very well.
Well, my mom has done the majority of my education, and whereas my dad has really helped me more with the practical life skills. Education can only get you so far, and you reach a point where you have to start applying what you've learned through your education in the real world. And I think that that's kind of the bridge that my dad built for me, and he really helped me kind of bring it into the real world and apply some of those skills.
I also feel like I can approach my dad with anything that I have going on, any situation, any counseling, any boy counseling that I might have, anything that I need. He's very kind father. He's very he's a kind and compassionate, caring father. How do you sum up the perfect dad in one sentence? I can't do it.
When I was little, and the first time he went to the hospital, and when I actually would understand what it would mean for him to go to the hospital, I was really scared.
It feels a little bit scary. It feels a little bit scary, and it feels a little bit alone because he prays with us every night, and that he just helps us, and it feels really awful and sad.
When first time my dad went to the hospital, it was very scary because my mom told me my dad was very sick, and so then I didn't know what was going on because all I knew was he's just really sick. I don't know if he's gonna die or not. It was very scary to a 8-year-old like me.
Aside from cancer, this is one of the biggest things he's ever had to go through, and I think it will be a challenge, and I think we will all be very anxious during the process, and constantly in prayer about it. But, you know, I think that everything is going to work out just fine, no matter how big this may be. Through Christ, all things are possible. So, you know, no matter how nervous we may be, you know, it's still in God's hands, and it can turn out absolutely perfect.